Hello all, in today's video I'm going to go through 7 of the best JRPGs on Nintendo Switch. But without further ado, let's get into the video. This was a tough one to nail down because in my opinion Persona 3 Reload and Persona 4 Golden are also masterpieces, but for this video I've gone for Persona 5 Royal. Royal also introduces new gameplay mechanics such as the grappling hook, which adds more exploration options, and the combat system is slightly refined with new abilities and rebalanced mechanics. The game features a diverse cast of characters, each with their own unique backstories and personalities, which you learn more about as the game progresses. The music is a standout feature as well, and the soundtrack blends various genres and perfectly complements the game's themes and atmosphere. Persona 5 Royal also includes numerous quality of life enhancements such as more save points, better pacing and additional content that enriches the overall experience. If you haven't played a Persona game yet, this is definitely the most friendly entry point into the series. Sometimes I feel not a lot of love was given to Bravely Default 2, but it's a fantastic JRPG as it offers a nostalgic throwback to traditional JRPGs with its turn-based combat and job system, reminiscent of old-school Final Fantasy games. The Brave and Default mechanics add strategic depth to battles, allowing players to take multiple actions in one turn, or save actions for future turns. This really helps to add a layer of strategic planning to the gameplay. The game also features stunning watercolour visuals and detailed environments that brings its world to life. The music is highly praised, adding to the immersive experience, enhancing the emotional impact of the story. While it can be quite grindy at times, many players appreciate the challenge and the sense of accomplishment that comes with overcoming tough battles in this game, and the job system allows for a lot of customization and experimentation, letting players tailor their party to their preferred playstyle. Overall, if you really enjoyed classic JRPGs with a modern twist, Bravely Default is a fantastic choice. Now personally I don't think it's as good as the first entry on the DS, but this is still a fantastic game nonetheless. Pokemon Legends Arceus reimagined the traditional Pokemon formula by introducing a semi-open world and real-time action elements. Players could now catch Pokemon directly in the overworld, adding a new layer to the game. By moving away from the usual gym battles and linear progression, Arceus offers a fresh and engaging experience. The focus on exploration and research provides a different kind of challenge and satisfaction. The game world feels more alive, with Pokemon behaving more naturally. Some Pokemon will just flee, others might attack you, making encounters more varied and exciting. Set in a historical version of Pokemon, the game delves into the origins of the Pokemon world, offering fans a deeper understanding of the lore. The game allows for significant customization in terms of how players approach battles and capture Pokemon, making each playthrough very unique. Despite some criticisms about graphical fidelity, many players appreciate the art style and atmospheric soundtrack that enhances the overall playthrough. Pokemon Legends Arceus stands out for its bold innovations and fresh take on the beloved franchise, and if you haven't played it yet, definitely give this one a go. The faithful recreation of Super Mario RPG stays true to the original game, preserving the charm and quirky story that fans love while updating the visuals and gameplay mechanics. The remake features beautifully updated graphics, transforming the classic CGI sprites into vibrant modern 3D models and environments. Turn-based combat system, which includes timing-based button prompts for attacks and defences, remains fun and engaging. The system has influenced many other games and continues to be a highlight. The writing is consistently funny and off the wall, making the story enjoyable even for those who have played the original. The remake includes smart tweaks to the combat system and other quality of life upgrades that make the game more accessible and enjoyable for both new players and returning fans. The Super Mario RPG remake successfully blends nostalgia and modern enhancements, making it a delightful experience for old fans and newcomers alike, and I highly recommend it if you have a Nintendo Switch. Now, I could have included Definitive Edition 1 into this list, but I wanted to actually go with something a little bit different and talk a little bit about Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now, they're all fantastic games in their own rights, but Xenoblade Chronicles 3 builds on the strengths of its predecessors while introducing several new elements that set it apart. The story in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is more intricate and emotionally charged with complex themes and character arcs. The relationships between the characters are more developed, offering richer interactions and backstories. The world is larger and more detailed with diverse environments that encourage exploration like the other games. The combat system has been further refined, offering more strategic depth and variety in battles, and a new class system allows for greater customization of character abilities and roles in combat. The visuals, I would say, are slightly more polished with detailed character models and environments, and the music continues to be a highlight, enhancing the emotional impact in the game. Overall, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 takes the best elements of the previous entries and enhances them, while also introducing new features that makes it a standout title in the series. But again, as I mentioned, number 1 and number 2 are also masterpieces that you should play, but it's just fantastic, the third game, and you really should play it if you haven't already. I've spoken about Octopath Traveler 2 on this channel a few times in the past, and that's for good reasons. The narrative in Octopath Traveler 2 is more cohesive and engaging compared to the first game in the series. There are more meaningful interactions between the 8 main characters, making their journeys feel more connected and intertwined and, I would say, impactful. The sequel includes various quality of life enhancements such as better navigation and user interfaces, which makes the gameplay smoother and more enjoyable. While the core combat mechanics remain very similar, there are subtle improvements in new abilities that have depth and variety to the battles. The graphics and soundtrack have been further polished, creating an even more immersive and aesthetically pleasing experience, but overall Octopath Traveler 2 builds on the foundations of the first game and runs with it and makes it so much better. And you should definitely check it out if you haven't played it so far, and it definitely deserves its place in being one of the best games of the decade to date. Final Fantasy XII introduced the Gambit system, allowing players to set up automated commands for party members, which is very similar to MMOs. Unlike many other entries in this series, Final Fantasy XII focuses on political intrigue and the personal struggles of its characters, within a larger conflict offering a more mature and nuanced narrative. The world is richly detailed and offers a semi-open world experience with zones encouraging players to explore, and it rewards players with hidden treasures and challenging enemies. The game features a diverse and memorable cast, each with their own motivations and development arcs. Even for its time, Final Fantasy XII boasted impressive graphics and a beautiful soundtrack that enhanced the overall experience, and the remastered version on the Switch, the Zodiac Age, brought quality of life improvements, updated graphics, and a refined job system, making the game even more accessible and enjoyable for modern audiences. If you've been on the fence about trying this Final Fantasy game, the Switch is definitely a good way to jump in and give this one a go. Now, I do appreciate there are loads and loads of amazing JRPGs that are available on the Nintendo Switch, and to be honest, it's probably the best system to own in regards to modern JRPGs. Is there any JRPGs I haven't included that should have made this list? Let me know in the comments below. In regards to my upload schedule, just in case you missed it in another video or you're new to the channel, I was uploading about 3 times a week, but this is going to go down to once a week as I'm back to work. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel, and until next time, I'll see you later.